And okay, come on. Hello, which and let's see. Okay, this works. And yep, this works. And this works. Or I don't know. Yep, this works as well. Okay, cool. Nice. So last time we were at a thing where if I do try to import something, then it opens my window, which is not opening now because of things. Because I have already imported it. Let me just go there and clear the project imports. Nice. Let's start it again and check this. Okay, so now it opens, but it also imports it instantly. So I have to create something like an event or whatever. So go to the scene view. And then we are going to import the asset here at this point, and then go and then here we are going to find the import asset window. Then if we found the window, we create settings, the import settings, and then open the window with reference to this import settings. But I can't use this opened window here because it just continues running, will leave the scope, and then the settings will be cleaned up. So this pointer becomes a dangling pointer, pointing to cleaned up memory, which is not good at all. So what I have to do is if I'm trying to import the asset and it's not already imported and nothing, and I actually have to like import it, then I want to subscribe to an event that will get fired from this point uh, in get fired from this point. Then I hit the import button and then here. So I need event type with mesh import settings. And import settings event, and open is false, and say that on import settings event dispatch with the mesh import settings like this. But then what I actually need is to asset importer if there is an import window, and open with these settings. Is fine. This should not be protected. Not public. And that importer window that on import settings and listener. I need to create a listener object for this. So event listener type of asset importer window mesh import settings mesh import listener. Is equals get Mm. That's so ugly. No, is it actually? Again. Render system. How do I do it like this? Okay. Mm. Instead of this, I need this. Then I'm going to import the asset. Yeah. And then oh wait, but first of all, import our window and import settings event. Remove listener. No, need to remove all the listeners. Oh no, I can just like clear it. There is also a can't remember my own API. Clear. So I clear it. And I add the listener. Create the listener, add the listener, nice. What? Let's go back to scene view. And we have this thing here. Import asset. False. And then I need an SD function. Void. back. I'm just here. So import asset, do the stuff, and then go back. And I can't. Hmm. It function void is not callable. Why? Oh, now it is callable. My only question is that going to work or not? Like this event, if I fire this event, then it actually do it like if import asset internal was success, then callback and as oops and as uh, port failed, and then import asset is called here. Then remove the if. This code there is import asset payload string was callback. Then why is this all blue again? I hate. Oh yeah, this is the input window. So that's why. Okay. So this is one spot, and then oh, this is the other thing, and then payload string. I think that I should capture this payload string by a copy. Okay, let's give it a build. What happens? Let's get rid of all the metadata I have already. Missing default document for. Oh, crap. Let's see what happens. Huh? Oh, there is one for things and one for that. Control pointer. This is one thing. This also like is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Like that. Next thing. Also needs that thing. And this can be ignored for now. And if I drag it there, it's not there. I cannot set this for some reason. But if I hit import, import failed. Okay. Let's start again and see what happens. So I go there, drag this onto the scene. Comes this. And then I'm going to import that, and the import failed for some reason. What do I do? Go to the asset importer. And just stop here. Display. OK. Import. I'm here. Asset type. Type. Doesn't look good at all. Default. Not default. Let's say make and do the log warning. it I think. But let's do this for error. It should be an error. Unknown as type. So this is one thing. Let's go to scene view, and then inside the scene view we get the payload string. Let's see what happens. Oops. So there we go. And then, hi, welcome to the stream. Now let's see what the payload is. The payload is correct here. Then, oh fuck me, I'm so weak. Bleh, stupid. Let's try it again. Do it again from the beginning. Go there. And then, yup. Nice there. So go down. We are going to import it. Get the asset type is mesh. Window, open it. Here, the events. Create the settings. Open the window. The listener. And then we done. So continue. Hit import. And then it says unknown asset type. For a while. For a good while. A year or so, maybe more. I mean, this is like the third or fourth iteration, but yeah. There are always things that you have to rewrite and rethink from the beginning. It's actually a problem there. If I go here, go to the import asset in the internal. This whole thing will so asset type relative path GYD and callback. This. Let's try that we copy those values there. And then what's going to happen? The asset type is mesh, the relative path is that, and the GUID is a value that looks all right to me. So now, if I press F10, I am on the callback, yes. I go there, then my metadata pointer is a valid pointer. And then go, and then load, and then tuck, and if I continue, there you go. There you go. This is nice. So now check the sky. That is the texture loading still works. HDR texture, import asset. Nothing happens because this is a texture. So yeah, and then let's just drag it this, and this is the same thing there, which is good. So now the thing is that if I drag a texture onto something, that's inside the inspector. That's an inspector stuff. So let's go and this is obsolete. Not yet. Hopefully one day, yes, but not today. It's not my job. No. I was working as a programmer. Currently I have way too much free time, as you can see. But yeah. Okay. I think this guy is a bot. No, I'm not a student. But I'm pretty sure that this guy is a bot. Okay. Bot problem solved. I hate bots. So so answering your question, I'm not a student. Or have I answered it already? Well, I don't know. So yeah. Then I want to import a texture in this point. There is an asset, then import the asset and the pointer get type. Yep. This is the thing. So it opens the window inside the import asset. Import window, importer window, the type, then Oh, there. If it's a texture, then I also want the same stuff drawn for now for testing. So now I can drag it to the scene. Then, oh, I don't call into the callback if it's not importing. If it's already imported, I don't call the callback. The importer itself is asset importer, import asset there. And this thing. So if it's already imported, then just do the callback. The on complete. Go back, drag it to the scene, and then it opens the window, which is not good. As callback and return true. Like this. Now this should do the trick. Yep, it's there and I don't have the window. So now I select the image element and drag a texture to it. And I import, then it crashes. Because why? Who knows why? Okay, something goes out of. Open mesh importer window. Is this actually inside there or? Oh no. No, 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 no. It's an ARM-GUI ASA, so which means that something is done with ARM-GUI that shouldn't be done. And if my intuition is right, and I had to make an educated guess, then I would say that it is this thing. Here. So let's go and go there, and instead of draw mesh options, I just say that draw empty options window. Like this, that, and then copy this whole part, move it down. Don't need any import settings, any checkbox, anything. Yeah, just this thing and a text that for example, this thing, and then just go here and then say that draw empty options and then label with and available with. So this should solve the crash problem. Textures, default AO, import, string too long. Where are you coming from? It should actually do the same thing, I guess. Yes. Why? Am I? This should come from the inspector window. Import asset. Include string. And I have to copy this. The handle pointer. So GNS handle, it's part of the component data, so this will 100% be safe. Pass around like this. Yep, that's safe. Or at least it should be safe. Load string and current selected entity material. This will cause problems, I think. Oh, that will be fun. No? Textures. Ooh, I have to copy I. Uh, print I for me. Which helmet? Drag the helmet. And textures. Default albedo. Import. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, it's there. It works. I is 0. Now I want to put the emissive texture 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be 4. Import I is 4. So this is also nice. Very good, very good, very good. And what I want to try that this should actually be like really funny. Let's go and drag this onto the side and select the basic mesh. This first material and then the prototype grid texture. I drag it to the albedo. Then I select the damaged helmet and I press import. Oh, and it's still there. Okay, good. Whew, nice. It's still on this one, which is fine. It's expected. I mean, that's one thing. And then check the skylight thing that it works again. Yup. Yup. Easy. This is easy. Or, well, whatever. There are still things that should be like done this system. So first of all, the empty window, I want to draw it. For every asset. Let's go. Oops. And then the thing is, that the mesh import settings get set here. If I save that, like here, and then let's just import this plane. Can't really do anything here. I don't know why that happens. Cancel this operation. And that's also like a good idea too. The button. Same line. Like this. Mm. This is a thing. Hmm. That import settings for the I only have import settings for mesh. This thing here. Oh, true. Go back to the asset importer. There you go. And I do have a mesh import already inside this thing. So I can like change this to say that it's generic. It's a generic import settings. And this is std unique pointer generic import settings. Import settings. Import settings. Import settings. Quarter window. Like this. And the event. On import settings event. Import settings. That. And draw mesh options. I don't need this. Because the import settings is already part of this class. This like that, and then clone this. I don't need this, and I don't think I will need this import settings thing. But what I need here is import settings equals make you import settings. Oops. A unique pointer, not a unique pointer pointer. this, 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 and top. We are creating a unique pointer. Yeah. I have to reference that to dispatch it. Fine. So still make unique this thing. And So if I go back to the asset importer, import okay. All right. For now. Importer window. Now if I open the window, I'll be able to set this stuff. Settings and this one import settings yet. And then let's see. Let's clean up everything again. And then drag this. And import textures, import materials. Let's say import. And there you go. I can edit that. I can edit it. And then I just need to check that this actually works like I imagine it does. So import skeleton. If import skeleton, then not info skeleton. and then that static hash port areas port areas, and then port textures, import textures. And then prefabs. Just to check that everything is as I imagine it is. Close this, clean up the project. Then like this. So I want to write that import skeleton doesn't need. So static materials textures. This should be written. Import. Import static, import materials, import textures. That's wonderful. So that was one thing I wanted to test. And the next thing I want to test is that if I drag this and then select static and skeleton, then it will still, oops, import the skeleton, but is not static anymore. So now what I need here for the import asset internal and import this one, and then thanks. Thanks. Or no, actually no. Oh no, 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 no. Not good. Hmm. Don't need this. Hmm. I need it because no mesh import options. I have here this mesh import options. Uh, yeah. Hmm. I still need this in the app. Like this. Import texture. Import mesh. Import offset. Generic import settings. Import settings is static cast. Options. So I don't need that thing. And then mesh import options. Import options. Static equals import settings. Static import. Yes. Import materials. Import skeleton, import textures. Skeleton. Import textures. Import skeleton. Yes, import settings. Import skeleton. Import textures. Import settings, import textures. That's fine. About all right. Then import mesh. Where the magic happens. If import materials, then yeah, and add that, not that. Font as import meshes, my path, static, equals and static. Static. Oh, this is done. This. And now start the project. Oh, Import skeleton static. This import, and then is there. Let that is static true, which is correct. Oops. Okay. That's one thing. So far, so good. And now, asset loader, as we are loading the asset. Mesh asset description. Yes. Asset get mesh asset description. As I get the mesh asset description, I need to like set that mm, is static. Is static equals that root node static. I think it's called static. Static. That as like this. So we get the description and get if it's static mesh. Then mesh asset try. Nice. And then load mesh source. Then I have this asset loaded primary object, secondary objects, and like a bunch of thingy here. But if is mesh asset. If mesh asset is static, if it's not static, Then asset loaded event queue that emplace asset loaded. So then each submesh, I want each submesh to be its own entity. Right? If it's not static, I want to fire the event. Yeah, I mean, it's not like fire the event, but do the queue. Push this asset loaded event into the event queue. Here already. But there is like a problem with that. Let me think. Be right back. Okay. So the thing is that the asset loaded event is created before this thing. So if mesh asset that is static do that. Materials dot back stuff is there. Go down here. So this is the asset load command. I'm going to load the materials. Commit as 1, 2. That and yeah, so if the mesh is static, then do this. Or no, wait. I can just ignore this whole crap. Yeah. If the mesh is not static, then asset loaded. And then enum meshes AI mesh was mesh string, the type mesh, not asset info or asset GUID, but mesh asset GUID one. Ordered test because it's done, and then this thing is dynamic asset is set. And if mesh asset that is static, then and place that event. So now I have this. Let's see. This is static. This loads like a charm. Basic mesh. This is not static. And I want to import everything. And then it has an object for a cube, an object for a sphere, and Susan. There you go. Then I want the plane, which is static. And import this. Nice. And for good measure, put in a skylight. I mean, that looks kinda okay, I guess. Not bad. Susan. Oops. Turn it around. Wonderful. And then if I change the material on Susan, it has the same material as cube. On the sphere, I guess. Cube. Okay. And the image format has also stuff. So it still has like texture. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So that's fine for now. As step one, I guess. Whatever. I don't know why this two has the same material, but this third one doesn't. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Hmm. Mm. Well, whatever. Well, whatever. This looks alright. So let's just save this as a scene. Ooh. Hello. Oh, I know what this is. What this is. This is the actual mesh handles I have. And so the serializer, offset scene serial. This is my huge map. This is not my huge map. This is my huge map. Register serializable component, entity handle, sky component, spotlight, light, mesh component, register serializable field. This is thing I need. 3 GNS GUID. GNS handle. And the GNS handle so it has to be a range broadcast the component data plus offset. Not size D to GNS handle, but get GUID. Yes. And then it casts it into GNS handle and YAML new GNS volume was I interpret this offset to that and volume dot assign object. Oh geez, that needs a that needs a type. What type is that? But this is only a GNS handle at that point. Then that means that I also need to like serialize the type of that field. That makes actually no sense because type is already given. And then the only thing I need here is to instead of assigning the object, I want to void set GUI. And yeah, I'm good. Was like this. I just want to set the value that set GUID this thing. So it will like set all the stuff there. Everything I need be set. So let's go to the local debugger. Build, run, and check what I've cooked. Let's see what I have done. Okay, so drag. Let's think. First of all, skylight, HDR texture. Nope. Nope. This one. Then save it and see the output. In that code always. So entity is the direction at this point, and this is my skylight. Have the entity component, the transform component, light component, the color component, and the sky component. The field value is 16, 22, whatever. And this is 16, 22, 7, whatever. This looks fine to me. Step 1, this gets saved. Step 2, drag the imaged helmet on the scene. Image helmet, it has this one mesh, and then save this. Drag the scene, and I see the imaged helmet, which is good. Entity, transform, mesh component, mesh asset handle, mesh asset handle, and the type. Okay, and the field value is 18. Go to the imaged helmet. Go to the imaged helmet. 1822. I want the GNS mesh actually. Imaged helmet GNS mesh is the asset GUID. What is saved there? So that's good. The asset GUID gets saved. Go to the basic back here. And I have my basic mesh. I put this there. Move the point. You move the sphere. Move Susan. Okay. So I'm going to save this. And this will be interesting because basic mesh GRB. If I open this on the mesh asset, the asset reference should be this, and inside the mesh should be that thingy. Right. So let's go to the scene. And then entity name, directional light, point light, skylight, image helmet, cube one. Oops. Component. Transform mesh component type, and the field value is 1044. So this is the thing. So if I load a scene, this is the field value. This thing, this GUID will be the one I am looking for inside the asset database. So if I just go back here, back up, asset database, and I can see that there is no asset database, no entry for this 10440086 whatever. However, I have this 1819052. Drag this onto the scene. Then it will point to the GLB meta. So this GUID points to this meta file, which is this one. And then it will point to the mesh file I need. This points to this. Which is fine. But actually, I need so let's close this. Then close this. And as I process this scene after it gets loaded, it will get through all the entities I have. So it goes through the entity and then get the mesh component. This is a mesh component pointer. Try get component mesh component. So it tries get the mesh component. And then the asset info, it gets the asset info by this GUID. And none of those on the basic mesh have an entry inside the database. I mean, inside the database, so that database file doesn't have it. So I basically need to create either that I need to create a database entry for them so that this will exist in the database and will point to the basic mesh GLB. For the metadata. And then it will get this, load this, and then assign this mesh, this submesh. The only problem with that is that if I have all this thing, can't speak. If I have like this stuff here, in like, it will hit this, the cube, because this is the cube. If it will hit the cube first, and then it loads the mesh file, the source file, and then this is not in the scene or not after it right there. It's not right there, but there is like a damaged helmet and some other whatever stuff there. And then it will like find this GUID. Then it also has to open the GLB again. But I think I am willing to do that. I mean, I can sacrifice that loading stuff. Because the other solution would be to, hey, load everything. Load in the whole mesh. Which is maybe not needed. So if I load this stuff onto the scene and then delete these two things, like I only need the cube, or I only need Susan, or the sphere. Then let's say I only want this cube because it's very special, but then I have Susan and the sphere in memory, which is never be needed. But it will be an object and stored and on the GPU and whatever, and I don't want that. So I rather open the file again and import the file and then work with this again. But this thing is not the way to go, because this uses the legacy asset loader. is not needed. Let's do this. Expected. Okay, so scene serializer. Off and I works and serialize scene. Deserialize. Okay, let's see. Okay, new scene. Oh, that happened very quickly. Wasn't expected there. Scene, create scene. Default scene. Okay, so load scenes and back. Add entity, create entity. Here, you're running into a problem. registry, and component, right component. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, this creates like a scene from scratch. So if I do this and then load the scene, then I go there. Oh shit. Yep. Yep. Throws there. I have to fix this. Entity handle. Entities, root entity, and points. Is not the number. There you go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is like that's the create scene. I'm actually creating create the scene for the first time. That's also like a thing that that is kinda getting complicated. Things are. Then I am creating this. And if I add the entity, for the scene, scene. The component. Scene manager add entity. Scene, which is not a null pointer, but my m entities be create that scene. Let's see productive scene. But what I actually need is unload scene. This should unload active. Equals nice. This system as manager get registry. Oh wait, no. And the entity scene entities block I this entity delete. Handle. Yep. This is one thing, and in the scene serializer, there deserialized scene. Want to scene manager download active scene. Do this. I want to replace the scene. There you go. And if I load the scene, then I'm on there. I want to continue, and then the same shit happens. But I still want to like just test this one function there. What happens with that? Object. Oh. Locksmith. Oh. Develop US open import. In manager. Unload active. And load. What happens? The problem is, oops. This all needs to be callable from outside. Okay. Unload scene. That doesn't. So after I deleted everything, then says that that doesn't contain entity. That's because of the hierarchy window. That could be it. So this can be a problem because even the scene entity itself gets deleted. So if I unload the scene, then there I am. And then draw hierarchy recursive. Just go and continue. Then I'm here. Draw hierarchy context menu. And there and go there, and entity handle is 1. And that's the problem. It comes from this point. So this is also a system that I have to like recreate from scratch, I guess. Yeah, this started from let's load HDR maps. And then just problems. That's not good at all. Let's have a thinking break. A thinking break. Wonderful. Oh, I'll be right back. So the thinking break is over. I couldn't think about anything. That's fine. I have to redesign the whole scene system. The whole scene stuff has to be recreated from scratch. I have to rewrite the whole thing. But I also have to rewrite so much stuff. It's unbelievable. My brain is getting closer to a mush. Oh, but whatever. Let's go and play Elden Ring, I guess, or something. Let's just close down the stream and come back up with Elden Ring. That sounds like a plan.